Historically, all mission work, medical mission work, were in difficult, hard to reach places, and so we expected that. We expected that Bor was going to be challenging, and right from the beginning, from the day we took a decision to come here, we have faced many hurdles and challenges, and there are many times we asked the question, is this where we should be? But time again, God has answered us in different ways and reassured us that this is exactly. And as Christians, I think we shouldn't be surprised by that, because we always read from the Bible that suffering and hardship is what part of God's character, and He wants us as Christians to endure it.
The picturesque White Nile at Bor, with its tranquil waters, coupled with the timeless scenes of a nearby Dinka cattle camp, belie the trauma and bloodshed linked to this town's recent history. Many non-governmental organisations have bypassed this town and the country of South Sudan, preferring to work in less hostile environments. But missionary Drs Anil and Shalini Cherian have come here to serve its people.
So just to let you know, it is not very different, even now.
Here, Dr. Shalini is outlining South Sudan's dire maternal mortality statistics, which were a major reason behind the two doctors coming to work here. Whilst Belarus has the joint best maternal survival rates, with 2 women dying per 100,000 live births, some 15 pages later, the data shows that South Sudan has the worst maternal death rates in the whole world, which are 575 times higher than Belarus's.
When we read the requirements, they said, you have to write your will before you come and work. When we came here, they said, what is your security plans? Do you have any evacuation plans? We didn't have any of that. But yet God has kept us safe. God has provided for us. People understand that it's founded on faith principles, and it's because we are Christian. And this is something that they appreciate. There is a strong sense of Christian faith, and people appreciate that we come because they can trust us more. If you come without any faith, it's hard to trust. What is your motive? And once you say you're here because of Christ, then people trust you, and that trust is so important. We want them to be change agents in their community, and I think that is possible only if we do the training right here, because when you're in some other country, people say, but in South Sudan it's so difficult, we can't do this, or they say our people will never accept this kind of. But here we are right in the middle of them. There is no excuse. They can't say, it cannot be done. We also do something which we call transformational learning.
Oh, yeah.
And where most people look at Christian education just as doing additional Bible studies and spiritual lessons.
You do those things.
We do those things.
Yes. Weekly Bible studies.
Yes.
Yeah, but our idea is that we want to bring it into the classroom, into the lessons. So Shalini and I, what we try is, in every lesson we try to bring in some kind of a Christian principle or some value system into our discussions. So when we are discussing different issues, medical issues, nothing to do with the faith, then we reflect on what the Bible teaches us on certain aspects. And so this kind of what we call a deep or thick discussions, and where we ask them to reflect on their own positions and their own stands, and what their culture teaches and what the Bible teaches, and is it the same, or is it what is the better position. And also there is a wider Christian impact, because people see you, people say, oh, you're here for 5 years, oh, you're here for 4 years, and suddenly they say you're part of us, So there's a we are like, they say the kingdom of heaven is like yeast. It sort of spreads and grows. So I think it's not just a project for us. I mean, if our mandate was to make the best health training institute, we could have taken it to any place, a better place, more nicer place, a place with more teachers, trainers, facilities. But I think there is something special that happens when you are here, even in the midst of all the challenges and struggles. And it's only when you step out in with that faith, then you really experience God's hand. So it's not so much our skills or the fact that we came from CMC Vellore or that we had a lot of experience. It is actually God who drives mission. And here we can see God in action. It's not our strength for sure, it's not our skills.
For me, I've always wanted to be in health. So I went and then I brought my birth certificate and I applied. When the interview came, I passed both written and oral interview. I was so happy. Like, to me, it was a dream come true, because having a health institute like Jonglei Health Science in Bo Town was the best thing, because I didn't have money to go to Uganda. So to me, it was a God-given opportunity. This institute is so different in a way that we are taught by specialists. We have, like, Dr. Anil is a specialist, and Dr. Shalini in the field of obstetric and gynae, and Dr. Anil is a pediatrician. So, like in other institute, they are not taught by specialists. So to us, it is an opportunity being taught by specialists. Well, after completing my diploma course, I would want to be a pediatrician.
What does that mean?
I want to be saving. Like, I want to be more with children, treating them and being with them. So that's what I have always wanted.
This is the land that has just been allocated to the Jonglei Health Science Institute by the state government of Jonglei. So we've been given this 10-hectare piece of land. But let me give you the background and why this is relevant or important. When we arrived and we started the institute, Jonglei Health Science Institute, in 2019, we were housed in temporary buildings. That was the Egyptian clinic within the premises of the Bo State Hospital. But it had limited constraints of space, and we didn't have accommodation for students, and we also needed other larger classrooms if we had to take more students. The idea is that we have most of the training block and our teaching block in the front, and then we have some allocated space for student residences. Now that's a big thing, because there are two aspects to that. One is students, if a residential program allows students to study much better. Once we currently have day students, they come in the morning and they go back home in the evening. But back at home, they have other responsibilities, especially the women, and they don't have electricity and the facilities necessary. It's not an ideal environment for learning. So if we have a space for them and we have study rooms for them, we are able to provide them with power and lighting. We found that it's much better. So that's one. The second thing is many people from other states and other parts of the region would like to come and study at the institute. But today, because there is no housing provided by the institute, they are unable to do that.
Bandit chikiri nyon ko da piao. Inji di chua, inji di au chua da. Injugu chua kukumi ni Mary. Diendu ayin yali Quran kachaka nyot. Hallelujah bendi. Hallelujah. Chin kalutung kayin, a chin kalutung kayin wada. A chin jong le betong karin ku kachek.